I'm Chloe. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a regular, hello. I'm back with another bookish video, and today I'm going to be doing a book haul as well as a book review, which is going to be interesting for me. So this is going to be exciting. So let's kickstart this video with a book that I am looking forward to reading, and it is So You Swear by Megan Brandy. So I instantly know that this is a romance by this little quote slash little line of text here, and it says, "They say first loves last forever. I hope they're wrong." So that kind of, kickstarts the interest. And on the front, it's got some flowers and an American football, which instantly means that the guy is probably an American footballer, or maybe it's just for the cute design, but I think it looks pretty cool, this cover. I would say that this is a very detailed cover. It's quite a thick book. So the back says, "For years I've dreamt of what college life could bring, and while some things changed, there was always one constant. It doesn't matter how wild I allowed my imagination to run, my future was clear, and he was it. Until suddenly he wasn't. Now there's a new man in my life, one who isn't afraid to go after what he wants, and what he wants is me." So that is all that the blurb gives off, and I am very excited to see what that means. So yeah, I actually was not recommended to me. I picked this up on a deal in a bookshop, and yeah, the cover looked quite nice. For me, covers mean a lot when it comes to buying books. If the cover doesn't appeal to me, I don't pick it up, which is strange, but everyone's different. Right, so my next book is one that you might have seen before, and it is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I've heard many mixed tales about this. I've heard online, because I haven't been reading into it before you get any ideas, but I have done a bit of research into this one off TikTok. Somebody says that it is a little bit like The Hunger Games, which is okay because I like The Hunger Games, but at the same time, I'll have to find out when I read it. I'm not going to make any I'm not going to judge the book because I haven't read it, whether or not it is like The Hunger Games. But it says at the top, "Hunted hunter destined for each other." And in the reflection you can see where the tag used to be, which I didn't get that very well. But anyway, this has got quite a long blurb sequence. It's got powers in it, hence the name Powerless. But I'm excited to read this nonetheless. I mean, this one I didn't really read the blurb when I picked it up. I got the cover and it's romance, so I kind of just picked it up from that, and it was also on a deal, which I'm ashamed to say, but that one I didn't kind of look into the names and the pronunciation like I would normally. So this next book that I bought this a few days ago, but I'm very impressed with it. I'm obsessed with this book, not because I haven't read it. I've wanted to read this for years. This isn't a new book, but it is amazing. So, before I tell you about this book, I just want to say it's probably about 50 years old. It's a 50th anniversary edition, and it is Stephen King's Carrie. But this is the 50th anniversary cover. And what I love about this cover is that even though the book is horror, the cover doesn't give that away. So when I was looking at this in the shop, I did not actually, I knew it was Stephen King, and I know he writes horror, but if you don't know who Stephen King is, it just looks like a romance book, or it doesn't look like it belongs to a horror book, which is why I am obsessed with the 50th anniversary cover. So I bought it, but not because of the cover, because I wanted to read Carrie anyway. So I will be honoured to read this. This is only thin, but I'm very excited to read this. I've not done a haul on a horror book, and I've not read a horror book in a long time, so this is going to be interesting. So the back. Carrie White has a gift, the gift of telekinesis. She can move things with her mind. To be invited to prom night by Tommy Ross is a dream come true for Carrie, the first step towards social acceptance by her high school colleagues. But events will take a decidedly macabre turn on that horrifying and endless night, as she is forced to exercise her terrible gift on the town that mocks and loathes her. Which I'm very excited about. I have not watched the movie, I've not read the book about Carrie, but I know the story through watching other things. And I'm very looking forward to reading Carrie. That won't take me very long at all. Right, so on to the book that I'm currently reading. Let's go for that. So I'm reading My Non-Identical Twin by Evie Meg, because I recently finished The Long Game, which is what I'm going to be reviewing next. But I'm not that far in. I'm only page 34 of 212. This is an interesting book to read. This is not like any that I've read before. And this is, one, because it's in her perspective, but two, it makes you feel almost like she's having a conversation with you and telling you what she's going through. And that is really interesting, and I love this book so much, and I'm stuck reading it. I love it. I'm just very proud that I've managed to buy this book, because this is so far one of my favourite books of this year. So I can't wait to continue reading this. But lastly, the book that I have recently read all the way through, The Long Game by Elena Armas. Out of 5 stars, I'd rate this 4.5. Now, the reason that I wouldn't rate this at 4.5 is because The Spanish Love Deception has my 5 stars, but also because this one didn't get me going with it as much as Spanish Love Deception and the American Roommate Experiment. This one, hence the title, The Long Game, was very slow and very long, and the romance only kick-started towards the end, which I know it's called The Long Game before any of you guys, comment saying it's called The Long Game, they're taking a long time, because, someone out there will say, duh, it's a long game, the romance is going to take a while. Yeah, I got it. But it was slow. And that is all I'm going to say. The romance is slow, but I'm not criticising the book. I will read this book over and over and over and over again. I love Elena Armas. I love her 3 books that she's released. She's releasing one this year. A strength of this is a book by Elena Armas. Come on. But it's a great romance book. It tells the story well. You get to know the characters well. I just love this book so much. I would recommend it to anybody, but as you know from my last haul, if you watched it, it was 18. This book is 18 plus content, so only 18 plus are recommended to read it due to certain scenes being inappropriate for children. Beside from that, I would recommend you reading it if you're an adult and you love romance books. This is one that I recommend, and Elena Armas's other books as well, because Spanish Love Deception and the American Roommate Experiment are cracking books. And I can't wait for The Fiancé Dilemma, which is coming out in June or July this year, 2024. So if you want a romance book, I would check out Elena Armas and her books and wait for the new one that's coming out, because I am going to be waiting for that book and I'm going to be buying it when it comes out, because this is an author that I love and I will always love. So I thank you very much for joining me on this book haul / review. It wasn't really much of a review, but I was just talking about it. So yeah, if you like this video, please like, please comment, please do what people on YouTube do, and I will see you very soon for my next book haul, because, you know, I will buy books. There is no guarantee about that, so I will make a video on it. See you very soon, guys.